So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Swati. I am a physical therapist, and I am basically going to talk about top tip to know before you start exercising. Now, before I jump into the tip, we are all living in a very interesting time, right? So, what's happening is because of the pandemic that we are all living in, I feel that many people, most of the people around me, at least that I see, are very conscious of their health, and they want to go in for a healthier lifestyle. They want to have a better immune system, and then exercises is the easiest way to get these results, right? So, like for somebody like me, okay, this is something that most people don't know about me. I did not know how to cycle as a kid. So I did not know how to ride a bicycle. Okay. So, well, now you guys know it's out in the open. So there was this one time when I actually got on the bicycle as a kid, and I fell flat on my face, and that was it. And then the next time was a little before COVID hit the planet. And my son actually well, he coaxed me into getting on a bicycle, and he actually ran after my bike. And then I know it was like the other way around. I was supposed to do that to him, right? So he coaxed me to get on a bike, and I could actually ride. But there was just that one off, right? So it was a few minutes. Now, during COVID, I actually used to go cycling by the beach for like 2, 3, 4 kilometers, 5 kilometers at a time, started walking a lot. But then what I also saw was there were many people who got into an exercise routine without actually any preparation. So, what this does is it basically makes you more prone to injury. That can range from, say, your back pain to your knee pain to any of your old injuries flaring up, really. So, what do you do before you start to exercise? You should know a few things. So, I'm going to talk about one thing that is very, very common, and all of us know about it. But then, do we actually know about it, right? So, I'm going to talk to you about warm ups and cool downs, right? Every single person knows that we got to do this before and after exercise, right? So, what's the rocket science in that? Now, what actually happens is usually, okay, let's talk about warm up first. So, usually, what happens is when you do a warm up, I have seen people who would either they walk for a bit and then they are doing like some static stretches. So, for example, for my neck, I'm stretching like this. Uh, that's not done. So the proper way of doing a warm up is either you walk, run, jog, bicycle, some sort of like a cardio exercise. I'm not saying get out of the house and start running. You just walk and then gradually build the tempo for about 5 to 10 minutes. And after that, you want to do dynamic stretches. Now, what are dynamic stretches? Dynamic stretches are basically the stretches that take your joint through its full range of motion. Okay, let me break that down for you. So basically, for example, if I am going to do say shoulder stretches, okay, so basically I'm going to move my, let me move back so you can see me. I'm going to move my arms around like this, okay. Or if I'm going to say do a series of lunges, right, to warm up my lower legs. Or I'm going to do some kicks. I do front, sideways, backwards, say 5 each, 4 each, depending on how you want to carry out your warm up and what all are you actually doing in your warm up, right? So, or you could do a series of, say, spinal rotations, right? So there are lots of ways you can actually warm up. Usually people go joint by joint. So I do a few for my, say, shoulders. I do a few for, say, my elbows and hands. I do some for my spine. Uh, sorry. And then I go down to my legs, right? So that's usually if you're walking, say, 5 to 10 minutes, and then you're doing your dynamic stretches. I don't think a warm up should take you more than 10 to 20 minutes, but then it's very individual, depends on what activity you're doing after. Now, what the warm up does is, suppose you have been sitting in your office, if you're one of those who exercise in the evening, right? You've been sitting at work at your desk, and you've been static sitting all the time, and then suddenly you have this burst of activity. Your muscles are not ready. They need to have that circulation going so that your muscles are more elastic, more flexible, to be able to go through the motion of the exercise, whatever you're going to do after the warm up, be it your running, be it your gym, cycling, swimming, whatever you're going to do. Okay. And also, sorry, I'm just looking at my notes here. Yeah. So basically, your muscles are ready to work and work more efficiently. So you'll actually have a better workout when you do a warm up. This is the same principle as if you are going to play a sport. Okay. So now what happens is, what do you do at the end of the activity? So suppose I've been to the gym for an hour. I need to cool down, right? So what I will do is a series of static stretches. That would be my cool down. So suppose I'm on the treadmill. I will slowly taper down the speed of the treadmill. Obviously, I won't just suddenly, you don't want to stop any activity. You want that the blood circulation to slow down, and then because when you exercise, what happens is the blood pools in your arms and legs depending on what activity you're doing. So if I'm running, the legs will have more blood pooling, and then you slowly gradually get off your treadmill, and that blood redistributes within your body, right? And then after that, you do your static stretches. That is a part of your cool down. So by static stretches, what I mean is, suppose I have done, say, triceps in my workout today. So what I'll do is I'll just show you here. So basically, I'm going to do like some static, like posterior shoulder stretching. I'm going to do some tricep stretching, etc. Or if I've done, say, a workout for my legs, or I have just gone for a run or a bike ride, then I'm going to do a bit of calf stretches. I'm going to do a bit of hamstring stretches. How this is different is, with your static stretches, you're going to actually hold it for a period of time. So 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, depending on what you actually do. So I'm not going to talk about the timing here in the video. All I'm saying is your dynamic stretches are like one after the other. So like a series of lunges, that is your warm up. And your cool down is actually static stretches. So like more longer hold stretches rather than repetitions. Okay. So there are many other considerations that you should be looking at before you start to exercise. So if you're interested in knowing more about the top tips to know before you start exercising, I will leave a link in the description below. And if you just click on it, and I can send you more information about this. As always, feel free to ask me your questions if you have any doubts about what I said. Please do let me know. If you're watching this on a replay, please comment #replay so I know you've been here. And if you're here, you can always say hello to me. All right. So that was it. And I will see you guys next time. Bye. For those of you who are watching me on the Instagram,